Hey everyone, and welcome into today's video. We are going to be talking about ALPP. ALPP. Oh my gosh, what is it about this stock that just makes me so hyped? I just love this stock so much. It's become one of my favourite penny stocks. So there is some news and information. Let's go straight into the video. We're going to cut through all the chase. Let's get straight into the computer. So guys, the news and information that we have on ALPP, they've been posting on their Twitter, and you guys can see that Alpine 4 has a binding LOI, which is a letter of intent as far as I'm aware, for its first A4 defense system acquisitions that has now legally going through. That means that they are now signing the documents to acquire their A4 defense system. So this is some good news because they are actually a really good company for ALPP. This subsidiary is already booked 1.8 million, obviously for the last month of May alone, which is incredible. They are setting up for a record Q2, and if we come on to some more news and information that I recently found out and discovered, we can see that there is an article that was posted, and this is saying that the Alpine 4 acquisition, where they booked 2 million in business for April, is a leading operator. This is the defense system that we're talking about. A leading operator and owned small market business is pleased to announce that its subsidiary Quality Circuit Assembly is estimating to end the month of March with a record revenue of excess of 1.3 million. And again, it has also procured 2 million in work for April, positioning the company in a strong second quarter. So this is some really good news. It means that it is growing. It's almost doubled its revenues from March to April, so that's fantastic news there. And they are actually continuing to say in this article that the company anticipates continued unprecedented growth over the next 12 months. So this is some fantastic news for anyone that is out there as a shareholder of ALPP, because this subsidiary looks like it is doing very, very well. So Kent has done a very good job at acquiring this business, and again, hopefully this will become very profitable in the long run for the company. They are still very, very new. So we are going to have a lot of, up and down with balance sheets, with debts and all sorts of things, maybe share offerings in the future. We just don't know what will happen, but that is the risk you take when you are in fact involving yourself to invest in a penny stock like Alpine 4. But the good thing that we know is that they have raised over 55 million in capital over the last 6 months in capital markets. They have now paid off all of their debt, guys. They have a much stronger balance sheet. They actually retained 95% of their workforce. And again, I want to reiterate that there is a brand new interview that did actually come out and was released on the 21st of April, which you can see up on the screen. This was from Kent. He did give an interview in the last week, and this was on one of the shows, The Sully Show. And what he actually said, if I break it down for you, he said that Alpine 4 are, a technology company. They are essentially the essence of America. They take on subsidiaries in America. They are also working in, construction, manufacturing, aerospace, and defense. We've also got drones. There's so much that they do. They're very fast growing. He's forward thinking, and unlike a lot of their competition, right, that has been eliminated due to Rona, we're not going to see the mass of competition. So they are actually accelerating their growth right now because they were actually able to compete in such a competitive market, and they were actually able to sustain as a small business, whereas a lot of other companies have gone bust by retaining their workforce. Now there is a shortage of labor workers, and they already have their force built out because they managed to retain them during the pandemic. So they are actually set to grow very, very well over the next 12 months. So Kent is very, very, very happy with all of that. He did also go on to say that, Q2 looks amazing for Alpine 4. So hopefully we will expect some good news on earnings coming up over the next week. So that should be some very exciting news. If we come onto the charts, you can see that we didn't really have anything happen in the day yesterday. We did have a big push up in the week, and we did actually find a bottom around that $2.50 mark, which is exactly what I said we can expect. Obviously, from some of my previous videos, I had announced that again that there was another key area of support here, and you can see that we have in fact bottoms down there, and we have now rebounded off. We touched the 70 on the RSI, and I used the RSI as an indicator, the relative strength index, to show me whether price action confirmation is in fact overbought or oversold. Once it does hit that layer of about 70 right at the top here, you guys can see that we had started to almost settle down and sell off, because that would go to tell me that that is when usually the sellers enter the market. And if we were touching the 30 on the RSI down here, that is when in fact the buyers enter the market. So we can expect a nice pushback up in that share price. So this is why we use the relative strength index. This is another technical indicator that we use obviously for this fundamental to get optimum entry on our trades. Now, if I was trading ALPP and I was going to be buying a position, I would not be buying here today. I would in fact be waiting for a dip down onto the 50 on the RSI level, which would be probably around that $3.20 mark. And that is where I would probably start to establish my position. Over a long period of weeks, I would then start to average my position in. But what I do think is going to happen is, now that we have have in fact crossed over into some more bull territory. You can actually see, if I zoom in, we have actually gone with the 21 EMA has now crossed over the 200 and also the 50 SMA. So this is some fantastic news, because if we do close above it, then that goes to show me that we are now in some more bullish momentum and there are a lot of buyers in the market. So hopefully now we can see a transition. We can steady out between $3.50 and $4. That would be a lovely price range to see over the next kind of, you know, week or two, especially if we do get some nice delivery numbers. We can start to see a nice pushback into that share price. I am hoping that that is something that is going to happen over, you know, these next few weeks. And again, I have zoomed in now so you can see exactly this 21 EMA, which is that thin yellow line here that I'm drawing on right now in red, has now crossed above that 50 SMA, which again is that yellow line. So these are all technical indicators that I use, obviously to my advantage, to let me know whether we are in fact in a bull market or if we are in a bear market, where I can expect price fluctuations to go. And then again, I draw on my support and resistance lines, and that gives me the best layer of optimal entry from a technical standpoint. We then use fundamentals, we use news and analysis, and again, how obviously are they performing in retail and Wall Street. All of these things we can look up through news articles, economic data, and we can see, you know, where is the stock market trending? Are we in fact in a bull market with the Nasdaq, or are we in a bear market? So these are all the things that I like to look at, guys, when I'm trading. These are all my technical tips, as you guys would say. So again, this is an ALPP update and also, you know, some technical tips in this. So hopefully this gave a lot of value, especially if you're a new investor. So go down there for me, smash that like button if you haven't already, hit subscribe and join this family of investors. My name is Jason. I cover ALPP every single week. It is one of our favorite stocks. We have a Discord with patrons, and again, we do have a set page just for ALPP. And guys, ALPP now have their own YouTube page, which is absolutely fantastic. So guys, we can see that Alpine 4 now have their own YouTube page. So go and hit follow, go down and find them, because that is some fantastic news there about Alpine 4. And I have in fact subscribed myself, so hopefully they will be able to get some news and updates out there for us regular shareholders. And again, that Nasdaq hopefully is approaching in the next few weeks. We don't know when it's coming, we just have to sit on our hands. Again, if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that I've gone into a massive in-depth analysis as to why we have been delayed and where we can expect hopefully by the summer to have some more news coming out. So we just have to wait for the Nasdaq to get back to us. But again, I am holding strong. I'm not worried about the volatile time, and again, once we do have Nasdaq, we are going to see a nice influx of new cash coming into the share price of ALPP. Hopefully we'll find that new range again between $4 and $5.50. Again, if we do stay in a bull market. If the markets do turn around, then again we can expect to stay stagnant for some time. But right now I am very, very happy. There is no bad news as of late from anything that I'm aware of with ALPP. Again, they are still trying to find profitability on their road of profits, because again, they are a startup company, so there is obviously some risk with some of the subsidiaries right now because they're not yet profitable. But I do believe, like any company, I have my own business and I understand just how hard it is, guys, to run a business full time and to get that level of profitability on your way. But once it does happen, again, things just start to spiral, and that's when everything just kind of trickles into place. So we just have to be patient. And again, if we're investing in these penny stocks, it just takes time. So I hope that you did enjoy this video today. Go down there, as always, like I said, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.